big news in geocaching recently. Project A.P.E cache, Mission 9, the Tunnel of Light, was recently found.
Yeah.
And a lot of people...
Did they say if it was ever muggled, or was it an avalanche? Did they ever say? It wasn't too far away.
It was muggled. And
it was muggled.
They actually have not just an idea of who did it, I think. It sounds like they're pretty certain of who did it, and actually might have enough proof to maybe legally pursue some things.
Really?
So that is something interesting I'll keep a pulse on.
That's new. I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's something interesting. Not that I want to publicly shame anyone, but and I have no inside knowledge on things, but it sounds like there's more behind the scenes that's going on. So if we hear something, it'll be interesting to see. But on the cache itself, the big question is, what should they do with the Project A.P.E cache now that they've found the actual container? Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts, Justin?
Do you remember what the options are? I know one was archive it, right? Is that one? I don't remember the different options. Keep it archived.
Keep it as
I think
at Geocaching HQ.
Keep it at HQ and then reactivate it.
And I think, or there was a reactivate it, but
replace it.
Give instead of the icon, you get a souvenir, maybe something like that. Or I think it was if you log it at Geocaching HQ, you get a souvenir instead of the icon. So, given those options or anything else you can come up with, what's your opinion on what they should do? The official opinion of the TheGCdoc.
This is official now. You better listen. No, I would say to replace it where it was supposed to be at and reactivate it, because that is a container and icon you cannot get anymore, except there's one in Brazil. So if you guys don't know about the A.P.E caches, it was like a promotional thing that Geocaching.com did with the movie Planet of the Apes, or I don't remember which one, Mark Wahlberg, I think. Anyways, and they hid these caches around the world, and it was supposed to have items in it for the first to find caches that were pertaining to the video or to the movie. I would say reactivate it, because since geocachers are number nerds, right? And they all want their digital souvenirs and their icons.
It means so much to us.
Yes, I know. It means so much for us to have that icon again and have an opportunity for people like myself who can't make it to Brazil. I probably could make it out there sometime. I will.
I would bike there, but if I had to.
It would be nice to be able to find an A.P.E cache and have that icon. So that's my belief. I think having an HQ would be fun, because people that maybe wouldn't want to travel that far out into the mountains, I guess, would have an opportunity. But really, digital souvenir over icon, I would choose icon any day.
Okay. Yeah. I think I agree. Getting it out where it was supposed to be, where it intended. If there was still the props in it, I would say keep those at Geocaching HQ. I don't think they're there anymore.
I don't think so.
But I think if you chain that thing to a tree, they seem to know who the person was that was causing these issues, and so if that person is kind of made aware that they're known, I think that would deter them specifically. So I think we would get a good amount of time with it before it's muggled again, or if it ever was. But maybe do something where, fill up the bottom with a cinder block of cement so it's weighed down a little better, and chain it to the tree. I'm trying to figure out the lighting here. Kind of driving into the sun here.
Oh, yeah.
But I think keeping it active. I mean, that's the point of geocaching, isn't it?
Yeah, to find those caches.
Find these things, and while having some memorabilia is always good, I think the point of geocaching is to get out there and find the container. And if it was something super elaborate, like the WV Tim's complex thing, and you're worried about it getting destroyed, maybe. But I mean, this thing is a huge ammo can.
Yeah, basically an ammo can, just like out there. It can be replaced too if it ever got muggled.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure reactivate.
And I don't think this one. I don't think the container they found is technically even the original.
It's
I think
not
that
the
one is completely gone.
I thought that was the original.
And so, yeah, this was like the second or third replacement container, to my knowledge. Someone can call me out in the comments if I'm wrong. And but also like and share and subscribe to this video.
Yes, sir.
But that being said, I think just with so many things, the right thing to do in our minds is just get it out there. We can find it. More people can enjoy it. And it doesn't really take anything away from the Brazil cache. I think those that, you know, would travel out to get it have already traveled out to get it. And I still think if I'm ever in Brazil, I'm going to make a point to get there. And if I'm geocaching for, you know, the next couple of decades, I think one of those trips I would take out to get that thing. Because, you know what's better than an ape cache icon?
What's better than ape cache icon?
2 ape cache icons.
So I say, what's better?
Yeah, what's better than a Jasmer? A double, a triple Jasmer. No, but I still think, I think that's what they should do. I personally, and I've commented on them, I hope with the announcement they do something unique so that it helps their social media team. Whether it's a Facebook Live video or a YouTube video announcing what they've decided, because I think they did the right thing in asking the community.
Yeah. I
think as geocaching goes forward, the more input they trust the community with, I think generally if you ask the masses kind of get it right, because if that's what they want, generally, you know, you got to be careful and take things with a grain of salt. But
Yeah.
I think if people want it out there, people want it out there. If people want it at HQ, they want it at HQ. So whatever the announcement ends up being, I hope they get a good boost in following or interaction from the geocachers. I hope backlash isn't too terrible. I can't promise.
If they archive it, there'll be backlash.
Oh, yeah. I'll be making a video on that if there is, because I just want to find the thing.
That's the thing. We want to find it. Gosh.
But that being said, I personally, and Geocaching HQ, if any of you happen to listen to this video, I think a smart thing to do if you're doing your new podcast is make the announcement on your new podcast. Bring in some new viewers or listeners to really, you know, give yourself a good start. Or if you just use it to boost your YouTube page, things like that. I think that's just smart social media business.
Yeah.
And you have a rare opportunity here where something historical, a mystery of some sorts in the geocaching community has been found. But yeah, I think that's what they should do. Now, on the topic of the people that found it, I think there were 10 geocachers in a group. I tip my orange fedora to you. That you guys have done a great service to the geocaching community. If you had done nothing more your entire lives for the geocaching community, that was huge. And the buzz that you guys created, the excitement, is really special. Do you have anything to say to them?
Ditto. No, it's good. It's all good.
Yep. And thanks to, I think it's Mount 10 Bike, he's the one that maintains this thing over these years. Thanks for all you've been doing for geocaching for so many years. Can't thank the people enough, and can't thank Geocaching HQ enough for publicizing this and asking the community. I just think it's a feel-good story that all of us can latch onto, and with that, a little bit of an asterisk, just make sure you do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Other than that, thanks for tuning in to Cache Talk, Cachers with Cars.
Whatever you decide to call it.
Whatever we decide to call it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm SoDakZak. This is the GCdoc. And we'll see you at the next Cache Talk, or whatever it's called.